Hi, Jim here. It's Monday afternoon, December 10th, 2012. And the first thing I want to talk about is those Seattle Seahawks. Wow. For all you football fans out there, 58-0. You know, the reason I want to talk about this, yeah, I'm a Seahawks fan. And by golly, when your football team is playing good football, they're fun to watch. The Seahawks are coming into their own, but there's a dynamic that's taken place. The team is starting to gel. Uh, they had an undefeated preseason. They came out and stumbled, pretty much fell right on their face the first part of the season. A lot of losses, a lot of games they should have won and they just lost. But they persevered. They kept coming back. They kept coming back. One of the reasons was, hey, it's their job. They're getting paid to do that job. Another reason is they love the sport of football. They don't want to let down their fans. They like being in the public eye. There's a lot of reasons why they persevered, but by golly, they persevered. Um, what I want to do is I want to try to relate the perseverance of the Seahawks to our home budget. In the same way that the Seahawks persevere, they come in, they go through the daily grind, they go through the tough workouts, they work with injuries, they do whatever it takes to be on that starting roster. That's what it's all about. With a home budget, it takes perseverance. Just like with the Seahawks, it takes discipline. With a home budget, it takes discipline. There's going to be weeks when you don't want to do it. You don't have the time. You don't have the desire. Uh, you lose interest. You get discouraged. But persevere, people, because I'll tell you what, as people get older, divorce rates now are just out of control. And they claim that one of the first top reasons why couples get divorced is not because they don't love each other. It's because of money issues. They have money problems. Uh, why do people rob? Well, there are some people they're just pretty messed up and they rob because they rob. But most people rob because they don't have any money. There's just no money and they need things or they want things, and so they go out and they take them from somebody else. And we all know where that winds up ultimately. So a budget is so far reaching. Persevere, people. Get into it. I showed you in past videos, and we'll just keep this very brief, the worksheet where you want to list all your income, all your expenses. We talked about all that. We come back and we talked about the envelope system. This is my own particular envelope system. We've explained how it works. People, get into it. This is a word to parents right now. Parents of young children, start to teach your children how to budget early. If you say you don't know how to do it yourself, hey, I'm laying it out for you. I'm giving you what my grandfather gave my dad, what my dad gave me, and what I gave my kids. I've been doing this for my whole life. My kids have been doing it since they were young. My dad, my grandfather did it. I want to pass this on to you. This is just too good to keep within this family. Uh, Teach your children how to budget. Start the way my dad started with me. My dad paid me weekly. He didn't give me an allowance. He paid me. It was small too. Back in the late 50s, early 60s, 10 cents. And for that, I had to do things. If I didn't do those things, I didn't get the money. Kids are like little sponges, and they're gonna soak in whatever you put in there. And so rather than spoiling them, teach them, bring them up, train them up in the way they should go. Okay? And when they're old, they will not depart from that. By golly, I read that somewhere. Oh, yeah, the Bible. Yeah. So, point being, start when your kids are young. Teach them how to do it. Uh, you teenagers, young adults, please start budgeting your money. You just don't realize at this point in your life how important it'll be to have your money under control as you get older. You know, when I was in my 20s, 30s, I joke about it. I was King Kong. I could have taken a bullet and laughed about it. I was one tough dude back then. Um, I'm 60 years old now. I'm still one tough dude. I want to think so anyways. But, you know, I'm getting older, and I don't have the drive that I had. I still have the passion. I'm a passionate person, but I don't have the energy I used to have. I don't have the desires that I used to have. And so there's things that you want to get in place when you're young so that as you get older, they become second nature. They just become the way it goes. Uh, Young boys out there that maybe their father's gone, maybe they're living in a situation where they have a mom as your only adult there, living with your grandparents, foster kids. Anybody that watches this as a young person, watch these videos. Let me show you how to budget your money. I break it down just as easy as I know how to do it. I'll do whatever I have to do to help you understand it. Believe me, I'm doing this for free. This is something I want to give the world because it works. It's a great system and it works. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just taking the wheel and making it real easy to understand. And that's really what it is. And I'll take the time to work through any of the problems or concerns. Down below, you know, there's a comment section. There's an email address. I blog daily. I am linking the videos with the blogs, and I'm using the videos in the blogs, and then I just go into a deeper explanation of it. So, you know, people, learn to budget your money. You need to do it. We all need to do it. Whether you have a little bit of money or a lot of money, you need to budget it or you're ultimately going to lose it. This envelope system is so good to begin with. It is so nice because, once again, you put money in the envelope every week, and if there's money in the envelope, there's money to spend. If there's not any money in the envelope, there's no money to spend. It was only after years of me following that system completely that I finally felt strong enough that I could put my money in the bank, where a whole new world began to open up. My budget money is gaining interest every week. And the reason that I keep the envelopes, I keep these envelopes, and I will always keep these envelopes, is it's a constant reminder. This is the category for this particular expense. If there's money in it, there's money to spend. If there's not money in it, there's no money to spend. Well, I do keep my money in the bank now, but I list it right here every week. I list it. And so I know within a week exactly what's in there. And if there's no money written on the outside, then there's nothing to spend. You'll see, having a budget and getting it to work begins to create a really, really cool mindset. Because when you see money in that budget, you're not going to want to spend it. You're just not going to want to take it out. It feels good to know that you're stable. It feels good to know that you're secure in your finances, that if something does come up, a rainy day or something, that you've got money to cover yourself. It feels good to know that. And as you begin to feel that feeling and embrace it as part of who you are, you're not going to want to let that feeling go. So it gets easier to leave the money in there. In the beginning, there's such a tendency to want to just take it out. You see that you've got $200, $300, $400 in that budget. By golly, you've got this little thing that looks good, and you've always spent it before, so you're just going to do it again. That's in the beginning when it really, really takes that discipline. It takes that hard work to keep your budget going. Believe me, people, it will pay you down the road. Okay, so I encourage everybody to get started in their budget. We're going to start going into some deeper tips here. I've showed you the basics through these videos, and we're going to start getting into some deeper tips about the budget and how to make the money that's within the budget work for you while it's in the budget. Another thing I want to mention real quick. My girlfriend, who blogs on the same site that I do, raised 2 kids on her own and did a heck of a good job. She was resourceful. She came up with good, healthy meals. She came up with clothes for her kids they didn't go without. And she really raised them in a fantastic fashion. She has so many tips, so many ideas, meals, recipes for meals that she's prepared that are kid-friendly, that kids like, and that kids will want again and again and again. Some of the meals that she cooked for those kids when they were children, they ask for now as adults. That's what they want. And so I'm going to refer you to her part of my blog also. Like I say, my blog is listed down in the bottom here so that you'll be able to get to it. And her blogs are right there with mine. So if you want some good tips on recipes, on clothing, on activities you can do with your kids that are very inexpensive, that's kind of what it's all about. When she was a single parent mom, she didn't have all the money in the world. And so she needed to come up with creative ways to feed her kids, clothe her kids, and have fun with them. So Mary Ellen is her name. She's just a fantastic writer. She writes in a way that I wish I could. She writes from her heart. She's easy to read. Her recipes and her tips are fantastic. So check her out too. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to get going now. I'm going to write my blog, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Jim's out. Oh, by the way, please have a great day. Make it a great day. Do something good for yourself. You deserve it. So do I. All right, see ya.